So the Obama administration has requested permission from the U.S. Congress to use military force against ISIS. But ambiguous language is in the resolution itself could technically enable the U.S. to fight a group and anyone associated with it in any country. Alexandra Hall with more now from Washington.
Associated persons or forces, enduring offensive ground combat, and no geographic limitations. These are the terms used to describe the new authorization requested by President Obama to fight ISIS. At a recent Senate Foreign Relations Committee hearing, administration officials said military force is justified.
The president already has statutory authority to act against ISIL. But a clear and formal expression of this Congress's backing at this moment in time would dispel doubt that might exist anywhere that Americans are united in this effort.
A statutory authority that some say is illegitimate, as it rests on two previous yet unrelated authorizations, one from 2001 right after 9/11.
ISIS is in fact a rival of Al-Qaeda's. They're not the same group, they're not the Taliban, it just doesn't apply to them.
And another that was enacted in 2002 to fight Saddam Hussein.
They didn't even exist in 2002. ISIS exists because of the war in Iraq. ISIS grew out of that war.
Lawmakers themselves are split over the new resolution, but for different reasons. While some Republicans say it's too limiting, Democrats think it's too vague and could lead to another drawn-out war. Ambiguities aside, an even bigger issue is how much authorization matters in the first place, especially since the United States began airstrikes in Iraq and Syria 7 months before sending a formal request to Congress.
Congress hasn't actually declared war since World War II. None of the other wars, Vietnam, the small wars in Grenada or Panama, the longer-term wars in Nicaragua and Angola, none of those were ever declared. But the Constitution does require congressional approval to go to war. So the administration, on one hand, is right to ask for that approval. The problem is when they say we don't need it and we're not going to rely on it, that's when you get into trouble.
The current request would last 3 years unless renewed. Many lawmakers worry that even if imposed limitations are respected by the White House under Obama, what the next president will do is unknown. Alex Hall, Telesur, Washington.